in between the Violetta the first time and the Ballerina Mascara, you had a baby.
I did.
No, you had a son. I'm interested to hear about what it was like then, and we'll come to the present time in a moment. What it was like then, what it's like as a young mum, as an opera singer.
It's it, I think if you've got the right support, it really works. It's hard. I
Mm.
think being self-employed
Yeah,
and having a child is it's always going to be hard. I mean,
yeah,
applying for mortgages, which we're doing again soon. People don't really believe in you as a self-employed person.
mm.
Even though we've been paying rent for
Yes.
years and years and years, and then we've had two mortgages,
Mm.
which we've never missed a payment.
Yeah.
It's still, but you're self-employed,
Mm.
and so being a mum as an opera singer,
Hmm.
finding time to practice,
Hmm.
finding time when you're not exhausted, which doesn't exist, by the way, just so you know, that doesn't, you're always exhausted
Mm.
from many things, because
Mm.
not only are you controlling your own life and thinking, right, what's my trajectory? What have I got next? What do I need to learn
Mm.
next? You're then thinking, right, my son, Ted, what's he got at school? Oh gosh, he's got non-uniform day.
Mm.
You're doing
Mm.
two things, and I'm really lucky to have a husband that is very, very much hands-on,
Mhm.
takes a lot of the
Mm.
the responsibility, particularly at the moment as I'm expecting number two, and but he's also a singer,
Mm.
so he understands and
Yeah.
he helps. I live in a town where my parents are there, my sister's there with her
Yeah.
children. I can call on them, so I'm in a very lucky position.
Mm.
But I think if I didn't have that, it would be a real
Yes.
struggle.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
I mean, I know that we're proud of this, but we, as you know, we put our schedules out, rehearsal schedules very early.
That was going to be my next thing to
Was
say.
it? I
It
should have
is,
let you say it first then,
well,
but
having an advanced schedule is like the best Christmas present you could give to a parent, because, as I said, you're always looking ahead. So you need to provide childcare, especially in the
Ali,
summer.
let's put this into context for people that wouldn't know. So regularly, opera companies would put a schedule out for the next week's work on the Friday
Yeah,
before, the Friday
yeah,
morning before for the following week. And what happens then is that it makes it very hard to do childcare
it does.
at late notice.
It
And
really
probably you can obviously get it, but I guess it's more expensive.
It's more expensive, and also a lot of the times the ones that is the most frustrating, and it doesn't happen to me very often, because if I'm doing a bigger role, you're just expected to be in all the time.
Hmm.
But sometimes you're on your way into work and you've got childcare sorted, and then you get a call saying, actually, we decided we're not going to use you today, so you
Yeah.
can go home.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a gift, because you think, oh great, I'm going to stay and do some self-care.
Hmm.
But you've probably paid for the childcare, and
Yeah.
if you didn't need to,
Yeah.
that's also, on the flip side of that, very frustrating.
Well, it was because Kitty and Anna and everyone came to me from Swapra years ago
Yeah.
and said, this is what we could do with. And it sounded such a good thing.
Yeah.
And Swapra is supporting women and parents in opera. And they were saying to me at the time, you're great for us because you're not a woman, you're not a parent. So I had no
Yeah.
skin in the game. It just felt like a really great thing to do.
Yeah.
And I feel it's good that a lot of people are really benefiting from that now.
Massively.
Yeah.
And I think I understand it's a tricky thing to do. You're getting a lot of people to commit
Mm.
to the same thing. And that isn't, of course, sometimes it doesn't work all
Mhm.
the time. So as a parent, I sort of allow, I think, I've got to give a bit as well. If
Yeah.
that happens, you allow it. But just to be able to have you are definitely going to be in on these days,
Mhm.
then at least I know what I need to prepare for.
Yeah, I think
You know.
it's a good thing going forward.
Yeah.
We talked about being back in the room with Radula this year, which was wonderful, and the Traviata this year was amazing, as we've said. But as you just referred to, you are pregnant now.
It's not pies.
It's not- but you were very early days of pregnancy in the beginning of our rehearsal
Yeah.
period. So do you want to talk through that, how you were feeling about that, coming in to do a role again and
Yeah.
telling people and everything?
Well, it was a very, very busy time, because I was at the Opera House doing Frasquita. So it was my Opera House debut,
Very nice.
plus starting rehearsals for Violetta, which is no mean feat.
No.
And I found out the day of the Opera House opening night,
Is
I'm pregnant.
that right?
Oh my God. It was sort of planned, but didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. So I was like, okay, get through this opening night. And then
That was the opening night.
that was the opening night. Get through opening night, and then I can think about it. And someone handed me champagne. I was like, oh God, no! Like, it was all starting to come into realization. And normally, when you get pregnant, you think, right, who are going to be the first people I tell? my first people were, I need to tell Regina and James.
Yeah.
Well, apart from Lawrence, I'll tell Lawrence
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
But yes, so I immediately thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need lots of help.
Mhm.
Because when I was pregnant the first time, it was lockdown. So I was lying on a sofa watching Netflix
Uh-huh.
all day. It
Yeah.
was wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this time round, it's going to be very different.
Mhm.
I was rehearsing 10 till 5 and then going to the opera house for a 6 o'clock makeup call
Yeah.
quite a lot of that time, which I would normally be like, yes, I can do this.
Yeah.
But I had the most horrendous morning sickness
Mm.
and it was so hard.
Mm.
So I remember on the first day, we'd had the meet and greet, and then I just said, Richard and James can have a quick word. And grabbed you out, and you said, I know what you're going to say.
Yes, I did.
And you were completely right. I
Yeah.
was like, I've just found out I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And the first thing you both did was give me a huge hug and say congratulations. And that's what Regula did as well. She was like, this is the best news,
Mm.
because you do get scared to tell people. You don't
tell
want
people
to
you're
tell
working
people
for.
you're working for. Yes, exactly. Tell
It's
people
a
you're working
sad
for.
thing, isn't it?
It's a sad thing because, of course, as a business owner, which you would know, you would probably think, are you going to be okay to do this? And
Mm.
I've had emails to my agent from some companies, smaller companies that I'm doing concerts for in the
Mm.
future, saying, I've just seen that Alison's pregnant on
Mm.
Instagram. Is she going to be
Mm.
okay for this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Come
difficult
on.
one. I mean, for us,
It
we
is.
were just because I think how seriously I take my job and the company and
Yeah.
everything, but it's also there's real life going on
Yeah.
around it, and the best thing to do, obviously, that was the best news. We both gave you a hug. I remember that
It
really
was.
clearly. But then you felt because then we had you back in the rehearsal room, which
Yeah.
is the other thing. No, everyone, as you did, let me joke on this really, but everyone was saying she's acting like sick really, really well. Me and Regina was saying she's not acting. She's not acting. But that was tough for you, wasn't it?
It was tough. It was so tough to one point when it was the tiredness as well of doing
Yeah.
the two, but also how intense you have to go. And I was like, I know that I can do this.
Yeah.
I can give more. But when you're singing from every bit of, tummy muscle strength that you have, and you're feeling like, if I do that, I'm going to be sick. And at one point I was singing, I remember it was me in the Jamon scene, and I was singing and I was outpouring out all this. I just went, and burst into tears. And Regina just came and gave me this huge hug. And at that time, only a couple of people knew what was going on. So I think Michelle, the beautiful Michelle, was just like, what is going on? And I told him actually at the opening night at the party afterwards,
Right.
on the opening night,
Yeah.
and he was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it actually gave me this, I just did that. I just got through this really intense period of feeling horrendous. But I got through it because I had support from you, I had support from Regula, I had support from the very few people in the room that did know.
Yeah.
You would come up and say, are you going to be okay? Do you want to stay in London tonight? You were just, it was
Oh,
so
I'd forgotten
helpful.
that. Was
Yeah.
nice of me, wasn't it?
It was very nice.
That was
of you,
nice of me. I've
James.
forgotten
It's
that.
lovely.
But I
Now
think
I can always Hilton now.
Yes.
Never lower.
But I think it's part of our job, my job, but just to look ahead for that because we're employing you to do this amazing job and it's difficult. And if you're seeing tiredness, genuine tiredness, and we want to look after you because we love you, and it just seems what can we do to make that better? But I think the big thing is general support because if we all know, and I just thought the other side of it, it was great that you told us straight away, first day, bang, and then we know where we are.
Yeah,
and
I
which
think
was
so.
which was great. Yeah, it's sad when you hear about some companies being a bit funny, and I hear stories like that all the time.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I haven't experienced it completely firsthand, but I
Yeah.
have heard things, and I'm auditioning at the moment for when you audition for things, you audition for quite a few years in advance.
Yeah.
But even at the moment, myself and my agent have both decided it's probably best not to audition right now because I don't feel like I'm singing 100% my best.
Yeah.
My best. My lungs are crushed currently, and so for me personally, this won't be for everyone. But for me personally, I think I'd rather wait until I'm feeling fit again and feeling a bit stronger to go and do it. Because I just know that some people will have a preconception. Some people might say, oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Next,
Yeah.
it happens. It's, and we've got a long way to go with that. I think
Yeah.
you
No,
can have the vision that you can have a baby and also then be okay.